Hello everyone, my name is Robin Shaw and welcome to today's live stream. If you got any English questions, start preparing them. I'm going to check the chat room now, see who's here. Diallo's here, Layla's here as usual, and Hyung-woo is here. Hello Hyung-woo, how you doing? You got free time these days? I can see you guys are talking. Hello, pretty cat. I'm doing fine today. Not too bad for me. Just gonna get a few more people in here because I gotta let people know that I'm starting. How are you guys doing? Anything happening in your country? How's the weather? How's the political situation? And if you got English questions, please ask. That's why I'm here. Prakar says election. What kind of election? Joyanne, hello. Welcome. We're just waiting for the late students. You can start asking questions. Pretty cat. Sir, what does it mean, come with me? I'm not sure what you mean, pretty cat. Do you have a sentence? Hyung-woo, there is severe thunderstorms. There is a severe thunderstorm inbound in North Dakota. Inbound is a little bit strange. You could say there's a severe thunderstorm coming. And the weather is hot in Saudi Arabia. I think the weather is always hot in Saudi Arabia. Hello, Anfal. Let's see. I'm just checking here. There's severe. Pretty cat, I still don't know your question. Make your question clear, pretty cat. I want to help you, but don't understand exactly. Ziad, Christina, hello. Ziad, I really miss you. Are you talking to me or you're talking to another member? I'm doing fine, Anfal. Yoga's from Indonesia. I have a lot of Indonesian students. Kim Byung-woo, hello, welcome. All right, guys. If you got questions, start asking your questions. Ram Kumar Kakodia, hello, welcome. Joyanne, Saudi Arabia is always hot. All right, Ziad, thank you. I miss you too. Welcome back. Questions? All right, Layla has a question. Isn't there an air conditioner in this room? There is an air conditioner in this room. Are both correct? Yes, both are correct. You have a question, you have a statement. Both of them are correct. You have the article and. Looks good. Jessica. Yeah, hello. I see you. You said hello twice. Hello. Today is Thursday. It's Thursday night for me. The weather is getting warmer in Korea. Kang Yujin, hello. I got a few students here today. Wow. Usually my students don't come here. I mean my college students. How to use question tag from yoga. Mr. Shah, you can call me Robin. How to use a question tag? Well, we're talking about the weather in Saudi Arabia. Let's make a question. Where's my markers? I'll keep it simple. So a tag question is whenever you got the comma there and it's hot and you want to make that into a question. We take this is, the be verb, and we're going to pay. Is this still on the board? That's still on the board. There we go. It's hot, isn't it? It's hot in Saudi Arabia, isn't it? So that's a tag question. And there's many ways to teach. There's many ways to make tag questions, but sorry, I can't teach all the tag questions now. It's just yoga. My advice to you is just check on the internet. You can find a lot of information about tag questions, and just practice writing them out. Practice speaking them. You'll get the sense. There's just too many kinds of tag questions. I don't have enough board. Ziad, you want to say you said it's a long time from the last one. No, it's a long time since we saw each other. It's a long time since we met. You want to say something like that. It's a long time since we talked to each other. Layla, if I were you, I would do all the best. If I were you, I would do all the best. Did I use if and would? Yeah, you used if and would correctly, but all the best I don't understand. If I were you, I would do my best. That might make sense, but all the best, I'm not sure what that means, but you used if and would correctly. Glidson Aguiar, sorry. I have a question. When you are talking with a native speaker of English, when I'm talking or you're talking, do I have to understand all the words or the context is more important? Oh, well, Gleason, it's always good to understand the topic. So if you understand the topic, what are you talking about? You're talking about business, love, money. It's good to start with the topic. Of course, context, you're probably not going to understand every word. You're not going to, if you understand every word, your listening is pretty good, but certainly try to figure out what's the native speaker's talking about. You know the topic, you know the context, you know most of the words, but you're probably not going to hear every word. That's a listening issue, so just keep practicing listening and you'll get better. So Gleedson, you really have to practice listening every day. Am I losing my voice? I think we just started already. I'm losing my voice. That's not good. Anfell. When I use object pronouns. Oh. The object pronouns like subject pronoun I, me, you, he, him, she, her, it, we, us, they, them. I think that's right. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. So you're asking when do we use that? There's many ways to use object pronouns. For example, I could say a sentence, I, subject pronoun, I like you, And you can, let's see, let's make it easier. She and her. That's I'll just talk about she and her. Because that one's confusing. She and her, and he and him. Let's put a Sally. All right, guys. We got 2 sentences on the board. They're showing on the board. And she is nice. Her name is Sally. Now, a lot of students are going to confuse your subject and object pronouns. Why are they going to confuse that? Well, they usually say, like, she is nice. And then students also like to say, she name is Sally. They're confused. Or I like she, or something like that. Oh, my voice. Oh, let's see a good explanation of why. So I'm getting help here from another site, my grammar site. Subject pronouns. They perform the action. Object pronouns. They receive the action. So let's get another one. Now, can you guys give me some example sentences? Yeah, I like this one. I make cookies. So in that case, we have the subjective pronoun doing the action. I, in that case, is the subjective program, and I make cookies. Now the object pronouns, again, they want to receive some action. Let's see, what am I going to... I give her cookies. All right, so she's receiving the cookies. Yeah, I'm just not in the mood to teach that grammar tonight. Sorry, I'm going to have to move on. Young was retracted. Anyway, Anfeld, to use the subject pronouns, object pronouns. Sorry, I gave you a terrible answer. I'm getting really hot. Yeah, you just make a list. You're going to have to look at more example sentences. I can't really help you here tonight. Sorry. Maybe another night I'll have more energy for that question. Yeah, Anfeld says drink water. I think I got to drink some water. I'll be right back. Christina, he's the great carpenter. I don't know what you're talking about, Christina, but maybe if you're using the, that means he's famous and we all know him. But if you're just talking about a carpenter, like your dad or something, and we don't know him, and you want to give us information, he's a great carpenter. Layla, his mother went... Oh, you give me a sentence. Thank you. His mother went blind. I can't even open the water. His mother went blind when she got older. Does it if someone became unable to see the things because she became older? It's not because of getting older. It's not because of the age. Just it could be because of the age, but not necessarily. Just when she became older, his mother went blind. Jessica, TOEFL app is a good app to improve your listening and comprehensive skills. If you recommend it, Jessica, I don't know. Guys, check it out. Jessica recommended it. They are walks carefully. Oh, Christina, there's a lot of problems in that sentence. They are? No, they walk carefully in the street. I'm trying to drink the water. Oh, Sita Long. Hello. Welcome, Sita. Thank you for your donation. Of course, donations help us to continue the channel. Oh, I can't open this water. I'll use the rag. Okay, I got the water. Oh, here we go. Finally, I got my energy. There. Water. Yeah, so support the channel. Thank you very much, Cedar Long. And we're at 2,800 subscribers. All right. I got to speed up. You guys are waiting, so... all right. Everyone's telling me drink water. Did I pronounce your name well? Is it correct? Yeah. Did I pronounce your name well? Do I pronounce your name well? Oh, okay, Pretty Cat. Robin, if I say come what may, I won't support my sister. What does it mean? So the come what may kind of means whatever happens. Come what may is an expression, whatever happens. Whatever happens. So there's no anything that happens, whatever happens, come what may. Doesn't matter what happens. Come what may. Enfeld, does that mean the conscience of the absent? What's conscience of the absent? Conscience of the absent? What is that? I don't know what the conscience of the absent. Object pronouns? I'm not sure. Joyanne, how they get into relationships or how did they in relationship? Well, both are wrong, Joyanne. How did they get into a relationship is the question you want to ask. Let's see. How did they get into a relationship? How did they start their relationship? Hi, Win. Layla, the buzz of shopkeepers selling their wares and people talking and guessing who would win filled the streets. I researched about buzz. But a buzz just means the activity. If there's a buzz, there's a lot of activity going on. There's a lot of people very active. So the shopkeepers selling their wares. So there's a lot of customers, there's a lot of shopkeepers, and there's a lot of activity. The buzz. Bob's your uncle. It's a funny expression. I agree. Youngu, a question regarding a sentence structure of an academic English writing. How do I sequence time, place, and date in constructing a sentence? NTSB conducted an aviation accident investigation at 10 GMT in Seoul, South Korea. I think you got it right there. Time, place, date. Let me switch that up. If you said conducted an aviation accident investigation in Seoul, South Korea on May 14th at 10 GMT, that would be okay too. Hyungwoo, I don't know the rule, so you would have to, because I think there's no, for speaking, there's no strict rule, but for academic writing, there's probably a rule, because I can see right away there's many ways to do that. I'm sure you already know if there's a rule. Just check other reports. What do they put? Time, place, and date. You could even say on May 14th, 2019, and you could put the date before. On May 14, 2019, at 10 GMT, NTSB conducted an aviation accident investigation in Seoul, South Korea. Like, there's many ways you could express that. As far as I know, there's no rule, but you better check other academic papers. There's probably a rule. Layla, when do we X and Y? Is this question correct? No. When do we... You're missing a verb. You have do, but we need when do we use X and Y? I'm not sure what you're asking about X and Y. When? I want to know about what if. What if I didn't succeed? What if I didn't succeed? Is past tense always used? I think so. Yeah. What if I went to, what if I, yeah, past tense seems to always be used. I would say yes. I give him keys for his Ahmed car. Is this sentence correct? No. What is an Ahmed car? I give Ahmed his keys for his car. Ahmed is a name, so I give Ahmed his keys for his car. Something like that. Robin, you look tired from beginning. Yeah, I was tired when I started. Hamadi's here. Hello. Sita Long. Just wanted to ask, Patreon or YouTube member, which one support you better? I find your channel very helpful. Well, Sita Long, both are okay. Whatever's most convenient for you. But yeah, Patreon is better. Patreon is better. But I'm checking my Patreon. Links below. I only have one patron, but that is better for me in the long run. But thanks for your support, Sita Long. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about yourself? Pretty Cat, which one is correct? Lena or Lena? When I write my name, like the first one, the people say to me it's wrong. Well, when I see the first name, I say Lena. And when I see the second name, I say Lena. So I don't know which one. I don't know your name. I haven't heard it. Is it Lena or Lena? Lolly lolly, hello. There is a lot of noise here. Is the sentence correct? It is correct. Now Louis, what's the difference between she doesn't love me and she loves me not? She loves me not. Well, first of all, the first sentence, she doesn't love me. That's the grammar you want to use. She loves me not is possible, but that's not common. That's not the best way to express that. You want to say she doesn't love me. She loves me not. That's kind of unusual way to express that. You don't want to use that way. Hello, Grace. I'm dying on my live stream. When do we use X and Y? That's question is correct, but I don't know the answer. Are you asking a math question? Because X and Y are often used in math. Kareem, which sentence is correct? England team has qualified to the final match. England team has qualified for the final match. I would say they qualified for the final match. And you put please explain. Let me check. Because that's a 4 and 2. That's a complicated one. Give me a moment, guys. I can't explain why we're using 4, but I can tell you we always use qualified for. So sorry, I don't know the rule, Kareem, of exactly why we use qualified for, but we do use qualified for. Sorry, I can't help you more, Kareem. Pretty cat. Robin, what does it mean? My teacher has gone to Algeria and my teacher has been to Algeria. Well, you're using different grammar. My teacher has gone to Algeria, so your teacher has gone to Algeria. That means your teacher is in Algeria now. My teacher has been to Algeria. That means your teacher went to Algeria and left Algeria. They have been or has been, they have the experience of doing that. I have been to China. I'm not in China now, but I have been there. So gone to, that person is there, and have been to, they have been there, but they're not there now. Lolly lolly, please, the difference between even though and even if. All right, guys, you got to help me out here. Guaranteed, what makes me really, really tired really, really fast is if I have to provide example sentences. So everyone here, if you're asking a question about a vocabulary or grammar, please, please, please provide an example sentence to make it easy for me. Because la, you're going even though, even if. So now I got to think, what's a good example sentence? And teach the different. No, I'm going to pass that, Lolly. You bring in the example sentences, or ask me tomorrow. Maybe I have more energy tomorrow. Today I'm going to have to say easier questions. My energy level is not so high. I knew a sentence is subject, verb, object, manner, place, time, reason. No, you can break that rule. You could easily break that rule. Object pronouns, when I talk about the person who is not here now. No, though that person can be here now. That person can be in the room. Thank you, David. Hola is not an English expression, Isabel. Yesterday I asked the question and I didn't get the answer. Help me to spell quotes and quoter and their meaning. Well, I did answer you because I don't know what you're asking. First of all, every question has a question mark, and you do not have a question mark in your statement. So that causes me to be more confused. And you're asking me how to spell a word. Well, you have quotes. You take that, you go to the dictionary, and that will tell you if it's the correct spelling. And I told you yesterday, Isabel, that I don't know the second word, quoter. I'm not sure what you're trying to spell. And their meaning, Isabel, you got to help me out here. I really want to help you, Isabel, but I'm not sure what you're asking me with the quotes. Could be quotation marks like that. I'm not sure. Supporting Robin would make up for us having been such geniuses. Is it correct? I try to use makeup. I had asked yesterday. No. Well, you're using makeup correctly, but the information in your sentence is wrong. Supporting Robin would make up for us having been such geniuses. You are saying you are geniuses. And Grace, you got to try again. You're using makeup. The grammatically you're using it correctly, but the meaning is wrong. Pretty cat. Sir, we use should, ought to, and had better. These are modals for giving advice, but what is the difference between them? Well, again, if you had example sentences, but I'm going to help you out here. They mean the same thing. You know, you're giving advice. They all mean you're giving advice. What's the difference between them? Well, I cannot go through the thousands and thousands of sentences that they're used in and tell you right away the differences, but they mean the same thing. You're giving advice or strong suggestion or push with all of those. So if I said you should study English, you oughta study English, and you had better study English, it means the same thing. The teacher is giving a strong push, suggestion, advice for you to study English. So not much difference between them. Layla, I'm elated because I could watch Robin's live stream. My friend caused the accident last night. What's the cause for your studying of English, Layla? Are my sentences correct? Yes. Correct. Win. Sir, I want to know this sentence's meaning. I'm bored out of my skull. This is an idiom. So remember, with idioms, the words in the sentence don't match the meaning. But in this case, Yeah, you can probably guess. Bored out of my skull. Yes, you are correct. It means very boring. I'm bored out of my skull. So, Win, is that your feeling when you're watching my live streams? Anfel, I go with my friend to her work. Is that correct? I go to her work. I go with my friend to her work. It can be correct, but I'm not sure the meaning. You're going with your friend to her workplace. Yeah, it could work. Robin, you look sleepy. Actually, the problem with me today is the lights. The lights are giving me a headache today. That's the real problem. I don't know. Usually the lights don't bother me, but today they seem to be bothering me. I'm not tired, just these lights. I lost my place. Kareem, which sentence is correct? I have been promoted. Promoted. I have been promoted to manager. So you want to use I have been. So it's something that happened in the past. I have been promoted. Promoted to. We after promoted, we often use to. I'm promoted to AS manager. Yes, Win, I've been to Mandalay. Seat along. Robin, have you been told that you look like Michael Fassbender? Never in my life. Billy, hello. Grace, the more I read English books every single day, the more I would be good at English. Is it a correct sentence? Yes, it's correct, but it's a little awkward. The more I read English books every single day, the more I read English books, you forgot the S, books. The more I read English books every day, the more you're making a statement here, Grace. So you're saying the more I read English books every single day, the better I am at English. This is a better way to use the more. And Phil, when did you go to bed yesterday? I went to bed early. I get a lot of sleep these days. But after this live stream, I'm going to go to Shaw English and I'm going to release a new video today. So I've been preparing that video all day. Layla, you always support me. Lolly lolly, even though I am tired, I want to see your lesson. That's a good sentence. And Phil, because you feel... I'm not tired, just lights problem. Madi, hello. Susanna, when did you last go to the beach? The last time I went to the beach was probably January. I was at the beach in Cancun, Mexico. And Phil, can I say Ahmed's car instead of Ahmed his keys? Oh, I forgot the... I give Ahmed his keys for, I give his, just make the new sentence, Anfel. Make the new sentence so I know exactly what you're trying to do. Grace, I wanted to say the more we support your channel, it would make us to learn more by using makeup. Well, no, because makeup means you did something wrong. So what did you do wrong? You need something wrong, Grace, before you use makeup. So here, I'll help you out, Grace. And again, I'm not sure which, there's so many meanings for makeup. I'm not sure which meaning you're trying to use. So what did you do wrong? Let's give Grace a problem. Is that on the board? Is that on the board? Really long sentence. Here, I'll move out of the way. So I watch your live streams to make up for years of not studying English. So you did something wrong. There's many years you didn't study English. That's wrong. So you have to make up for it. You have to start doing something good, which is watching my live streams. Now, this is one way to use makeup. There's many ways to use makeup, but I'm not sure if this is the way you want to use makeup. I have to move on because I'm behind in the questions. Layla, you haven't been here around a few days ago. Oh, you haven't been here a few days ago. Ooh, you haven't been here during a few days ago. Ooh, which one is correct? You're getting too complicated. Well, you haven't been around here for, you're using too many time expressions. You haven't been around here for a few days. You don't want to use ago. Lena. Pretty cat's name is Lena. Lena is correct. So when you read that in a book, let's go back. What? Have you been to Mandalay? Are you talking about Mandalay? Mr. M, hello? Mr. M. What is it delicious food in Korea? Grace can answer that. Hyungwoo can answer that, and my students can answer that if they're watching. Hyungwoo, there are you can't make a contraction with there are. Yeah. You can't make a contraction with there are. That's only a spoken there. But when you're writing, you have to write, there are several ways to say no using a different verb. I'm sorry, but I have to. I refuse, reject, decline, deny. Which one is more formal and informal compared to one another? Well, refuse, reject, decline, deny, those are all formal. And those are all used in different situations. Because you listed 4, there's probably hundreds of different situations I could cycle through. But refuse, you refuse help. I refuse your help. I reject your money. My credit card was declined. And deny. What can you deny? Well, we usually say access denied or permission denied. Something like that. They're all formal. Those are all formals. Formal words. If you want me to go into more detail, you got to bring in some sentences, Hyung-woo. And comparing them, yeah, they're all formal, used in different situations. Layla, my brother was who the witness when event the accident? Oh. Witness means someone who saw the accident, but your sentence, my brother was the witness when the accident happened. Or this is how we would say it. My brother was a witness to an accident. My brother was a witness to an accident. In that sentence, I broken his Anfel. Is that sentence, I broken his Mohammed's card? No. You have to choose between his or Mohammed's. You can't use both because his means Mohammed's. And again, I use her Sarah phone. Again, you have to choose her or Sarah. So in writing, so when we're starting to write, I'm going to say, I like Sarah. She is nice. All right. So in our sentences here, I identified the person, Sarah. Now I can use subjective, objective pronouns to talk about her. So I like Sarah. She is nice. Her age is 17. Maybe that's too young. I don't want to get in trouble. 27. Now, I like Sarah. She is nice. Her age is 27. I could say, I like Sarah. Sarah is nice. Sarah's age is 27. But if I put Sarah, that's too many Sarahs. We don't want to write like that. So we want to start using subject pronouns, object pronouns. So we don't have to say Sarah anymore. We can use she and her. And when people are reading, they know she is Sarah and her is Sarah. I hope that helps. Hyung-woo, Joe, what is the difference between toward and towards? You asked me that before, Hyung-woo. You already asked me that question. Toward and towards is the same. I think the one with the S is the slang. So the correct one would be toward. They mean the same thing. Same thing. I think the one with the S is the slang. Oh, okay. It's not about slang. It's about region. So in toward and towards are used in American English and British English. We both use both expressions. But in American English, they tend, not always, but they tend to use toward. And in British English, according to the internet, they tend to use towards. So which one is likely, more likely being used in an academic English writing? I would say toward. Just use toward. If you use towards, I don't think anybody would notice or care. But I'd be very interested if someone told you that, oh, you should use towards. Grace, dating with my ex again would make up for me having been such a jerk. Yeah, dating with my ex again would make up. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, that could work, Grace. Oh yeah, Win. I understand your meaning. Bored out of your skull. Sonia Preet City, hello. And Layla, what about this sentence? You wasn't there around here for, is it correct? No, this is very wrong. Layla, what, your sentences are breaking many grammar rules. I am, is, are, that's the be verb. Past tense of the be verb. I was, he was, you, we, they were is the past tense. So right away your sentence is breaking this grammar rule because you say you wasn't. Now the negative of were is weren't. So you should fix that. You weren't there. All right. And the next problem with that sentence. Make sure I got the correct spelling. So you weren't there around here. So the second problem is you have two locations. You have there and around here. So you got, that's two different locations. You can't use there and here because there is over there and here is here. So you weren't around here. You could use this one, you could use this one, but you can't use both. I'll just use you weren't around here for a few days. Now the sentence works. All right, so I hope you understand, Layla. Sonia Preet, you asked a long time ago. I sure hope you're still here. What's the difference between hear and listen? Your ears hear all noises. So right now, I can hear my voice. I can hear the computer fan. I can hear some street noise. And listen, you focus. You're focusing what you want to hear. So right now, everyone is listening to me. You're not hearing, well, you're hearing me, but more specifically, you're listening to me because you're focused on my words. You're listening. And you like to listen to music, right? You're focusing on the music. So you hear all noises, but when you start to focus on one noise, you're starting to listen. So Sonia Preet, I hope that helps. Pretty cat, you should study English. We ought to type this letter and you had better go to a good doctor. Nope. No difference. Grace, I've only known I am putting on makeup as a noun, not as a verb. Yes, reading makes me seeing phrasal verbs. And you read more and you will see how they're used again and again and again. And then in a couple years, you'll start to master them. You're not going to master them. You've only been reading a few months, right? Takes years to master phrasal verbs. And I'm here almost every night to help. So Grace, anytime you have those questions, you bring them back. You visit me and you ask those questions. Sita Long, can you speak Korean, Robin? No, I can't speak Korean. Pretty cat, could you pronounce simultaneously, it's a big word, so I want to say it slowly first. Simultaneously, and the second one, consecutively. I think your spelling on the second one is wrong, but I think I know what you mean. Consecutively, simultaneously. Those are big words. Simultaneously. Wow, that's a lot of syllables. Consecutively. Wow. Simultaneously. Consecutively. Layla, I went to the bank an hour ago. Yeah, 1 hour ago. So now is 11:27. So at 11:27 in Korea, 1 hour ago would be 10:27. You were at the bank 1 hour ago. Hyungo, just an FYI, when I asked you before forwards, backwards, I did not ask you towards. But those words, all right, fair, but those words are all the same family. Forwards, backwards, towards, that's the same. They're the same family as they're all expressing movement. So the grammar is the same for those words. They're in the same lexicon or vocabulary group. So the rules are the same. Hey, Hamza. Pretty cat, what does it mean? I hear it costs an arm and a leg. Well, it's an idiom. It's an idiom. So again, idioms are confusing because the words in the idiom don't match the meaning. So that is not talking about your arms and legs. So if something costs an arm and a leg, that means it's very expensive. It's so expensive. You got to pay money and it's so expensive. You got to give your arm, you got to give your leg. It's so expensive. Layla, oh, sorry. Don't say sorry, Layla. That's not a big mistake. All right, see you, pretty cat. All right, what's the difference between stare at? You put star, but stare and look at. Stare is longer when someone is staring. That's a stare. So we can look at the marker. Okay, I just looked at the marker. I looked at the marker, and now I stare at the marker. Stare, really focused. He stared at me. Well, that would not be good if he was staring at you. Maybe that would make you uncomfortable. How to pronounce this word? Buttoned. 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 Button. Oh, let's break it down. That's just going to be the D sound. That's going to be the schwa sound. Buttoned. 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 The T, that's a difficult word. The T's are also going to be reduced. Buttoned. Buttoned. I buttoned my shirt. Layla, do you do live streams tomorrow? Yeah, I should be here tomorrow. Maybe I'll drink some energy drinks before tomorrow. Layla, I take electricity for granted. You don't want to say taken. I take electricity for granted. And you want to use present tense. So I take electricity for granted, and I don't appreciate it. You're using present tense. Ijaz Hussein, when we write 12, when we pronounce it's f, why is V, why? OV, 12? V? That's not F sound. I think you're confused. I'm going to take a guess at what you're confused at. That's a cardinal number, and this is that's the cardinal number, and this is the ordinal number. So for the cardinal number 12, that's a V sound, 12. But for the ordinal number, you might, like when you want to express the calendar, like let's meet on May 12th. That can have an F there. So I think you're confused about that, because this is definitely V sound. Let's break down the... Now, all of you are looking at this, wow, because this is one of the hardest words in English to pronounce, one of the hardest common words to pronounce, because we got an L, we got an F, we got a TH. And yeah, you have to say, where's the mic? 12th. Now, a little trick I tell my students is just try to get the LTH, 12th. But yeah, if you want to master English, you got to say the 12th. The F is so reduced. It's so reduced. You could just say 12th. Hope that helps. All right, Grace, if I meet, and you don't have an article, you need an article. If I meet a really handsome man, and I stare All right, we use stare at. You stare at, you look at, and you stare at. I stare at him. Sure, it's rude, isn't it? If someone is staring at you, it's rude. Youngu, I got a 4.0 of GAPA for spring 2019. Okay, good for you, Youngu. I think I overcame the tsunami that you warned me in 2017. I don't think you were hurt too much by the tsunami. But good use of quotation marks. Thank you for sending me here. I didn't send you there. So yeah, Youngu, you know, the other student that we know that I met yesterday. Yesterday was Teacher's Day, right? Anyway, Hyungwoo Minkyung came to see me because she also escaped the school. She's doing fine. I'm very proud of her too. I'm proud of both of you for achieving more than you were originally planning to. So good for you, Hyungwoo. Anfel, what is it, world or famous day in your country? World? What do you mean? Famous day? What do you mean world? Well, the famous day in Canada is Canada Day. That's July 1st, Canada Day. Layla. If Robin were nearby me, I would invite him to dinner. My house is near the grocery. Grocery is an adjective, so you have to say grocery store or market. Is there any difference between near and nearby? No. I'm going to say no. No? No, I say no, but I'm going to check that. So yeah, I checked nearby. So when we're talking about location, they can mean the same thing. Very close. But if you're talking about time, like, oh, look, it's near 12 o'clock. You can't say nearby 12 o'clock. It doesn't work with time. But when you're talking about location, nearby, they work. Grace, if you were live nearby me, I would be a live stream guest. Can you use near and nearby both here? Yeah, that's what I'm. Yep. All right, E-Jazz, Hussein, D sound convert to J sometimes is right. Example, duty, would. No. Duty is the D sound. Duty. Would. That's also the D is at the end, but it's reduced, but it's there. Would. Let me check the IPA. Would. D is there. In British, when I checked US and British English, would. It's reduced, it's very weak. All right, guys, I'm going to finish up now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I have more energy tomorrow. So I'm really sorry if I didn't get everyone's question. I gave terrible answers to some people today. I just didn't have the energy to think. All right, Sonia Preet's gone. All right, thank you all, whoever's watching. Yeah, it's getting hot in Korea. All right, Abdul, see you again. Grace, Layla, and whoever else is watching, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Lolly Lolly.